So hello, this is gonna be a video showing the reconstruction, some comments about my solves from the World Championship in 2023 in Incheon, South Korea, where I got the third place for the freeweight moves event. A completely unexpected result. I mean, I knew I had a chance at doing podium, but I mean, it's you always think it may happen until you get it, and you kind of freak out because you never thought it was like a real chance you'd get it, just like a small chance, and whatever, it happened. So yeah, this is the bronze medal I got, tying third place with Mr. Kucala, and this is the nice trophy which actually lights up. And this new pretty nice pen that I got, which is actually has a pretty funny story behind, because if you actually take a look at it, you'll see it says, yeah, Cube second place, which is not what I got, of course. I got like 100, 400, whatever, that's Cube. But yeah, this is the pen that Kucala should have gotten, Carter, but he actually swapped this with the FMC pen, so I have this Cube pen. Funny. So yeah, without any further intro, let's actually dive into the solutions. So yeah, first of all, this video will be all in English, as I believe the audience for this meme is more likely to speak English rather than Spanish. So yeah, don't worry, the Spanish speakers, I have enough content of FMC in Spanish in this channel, so I guess this time it's a turn for English. So yeah, so the first scramble, it looked like this, and it was a really hard scramble. As you can see, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bad edges on this axis. On this one you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and in this axis you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as well, so 8, 6, 6. Which, yeah, I mean, the 8 bad edges case, I mean, you never know. It's not like an intrinsically bad scramble just for that, but as it turns out, there were not many 4 videos or less to check. I think I didn't find any EOS shorter than 4, and I just found like really few EOS on 4, and none of them were good. I couldn't find anything good at all. So yeah, there was just one form review which was pretty okay. It was like UF, then on the inverse I think UF as well, or U prime F. This one was used by Cyprian. He got 22 of it, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that was a pretty good EO, just I couldn't check too much of it on time, since I was just busy with this one. So yeah, for this scramble I used the following EO. So in this axis, the only good edges are this, 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 and this. So if you do R2 U, you now have all the bad edges on F and B, right? Because you have the good ones here, 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 and here. So you could also have that on U prime instead. It's the same, it's an old variation of it. And then if I do FB prime, for example, I have EO on the green-blue axis. So as it turns out, it's not a great EO here. I couldn't find much. Maybe this. Yeah, no, not even good. I couldn't find much of it, so I just switched to the inverse. And here I just use this EO on this axis and try to make the R with orange red, basically. And I found that there was a column here, as you can see, and some like other unoriented pieces here, and there's 2 edges here. So I just tried doing L prime D, and found out that this gave me a case where I had the R minus 4 corners and 4 edges. So yeah, not a good case here at all. I think. Maybe like, no. Yeah, I couldn't find any DR of it from here, so I just switched. I was doing a lot of knees in the scramble because I couldn't find anything good, so yeah, without doing knees. So yeah, on the normal scramble again, you had the DR like this, which was way better. See, there was a pair here and a column here, so I just needed to find a way to pair this corner with this pair and joining basically this edge with this other edge in this line or in this line to basically set up the single move DR trigger. Yeah, so like this trigger basically. Yeah, and the way I did it was doing like this. Yeah, so I did like basically that and that to set up this with this. You could also have done like that, but it just ended up doing this. F2, then you just set up the trigger here and do U to get DR in 12 moves, which is not good at all. I mean, it's not especially good, it's just what it is. And the corner case was solvable in 3 quarter moves, if I'm not wrong. It was like 1, 2, then 3, like that. Pretty easy case. So what I did from this DR onwards was basically trial and error. I just did R move to bring the solution 1 quarter move closer, then U2 L prime, so L prime I mean, L, it's not a letter, L prime, to basically try to do something with this, because if you see here, you have HDR minus this pair, this and this. There are a few ways to solve it, but the way I found basically to work with the scramble was doing all L prime, V2, and I see if you do like R, you have HDR minus 2 edges. So there are many ways to solve this. So when you have cases like that, you can basically do like so if it's HDR minus 2 edges, you can do R, then swap the edges like this, or like this, or you can do it like this, or you can even do it like this. So you have 4 ways to do it, always. So I basically, when I get this case, which was even better because I could have like, so instead of like this, just do the wide move of it, variation of it, and you have 8 different HDRs. I'm not really good at finding this on the spot. I need to write them down, so yeah. Like that, and the variation I found to work the best was F2, V2, then B2L. So you have basically HDR in 20 moves, which sucks, but whatever. And then here I just did U2, B2 to get everything minus 2 edges, and then inserted an alg that cancel a bunch of moves, but actually if I was not dumb, I should have found this by changing the last HDR move to L prime, then just making these 2x2 block, and as you can see, the finish is just really obvious. So that gives a 25, which is not a good solution per se. It's not a good result as is, but given the scramble and given the circumstances basically, which were the first solve of a World Championship and whatever, I was pretty satisfied with it. To be honest, I was kind of glad I got 25 of that. And yeah, actually only 4 people managed to get less than 25 on this. If I'm not wrong, it was Jay, Cyprian, Mark, and maybe it was Walker Welsh, I don't remember, to be honest. And then a few others got 25 tied with me. So we were all tied for 5th place already. So that was a pretty good start. That was the first scramble. So for the second scramble, I have a solution which is just laughable. It was really bad. It was my backup solution. Yeah, it was not like it was not even famous moves. It was just the art and finish just to have something. But whatever. I mean, it was a really hard scramble again. A bit easier than the first one, but I'm not happy with this one because I had some other things to check. I still did not have many DRs. I think I only found 3 DRs in the scramble, which is really terrible. But yeah, I didn't have much, and I will not blame the scramble because it was bad, but I should have had the time to find something better of it. But well, I'll just blame myself for not checking enough starts, maybe, because I had a DR which was, if I'm not wrong, 11 plus 3 or something, which I expected at least 25 of it, maybe even 24 or 26, like anything in the 24-26 range, which is better than 27. But it's okay. I mean, in the end, it's a podium, so I don't care. But yeah, the solution goes like this. First, let me show you. Scramble had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bad edges on this axis. Again, on this one you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again, and in this axis you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this one was 8, 6, 8. Again, a really bad scramble. So yeah, the EO I found had a really similar concept or idea compared to the first scramble. Again, I used this axis to get basically the DR with blue red or orange. Blue green or orange red. So as you can probably see, the good edges are 3 here, and the other one is here. So this is slightly worse than the case I had for the first scramble, but still not that bad. You can solve it in 5, may give something good. In this case I did B2, U2 to pair these two up as a line. I had this here. Then did B to bring this line to this direction basically, and have all 4 bad here and 4 bad here. You could also have done B prime, of course, instead of B, different variation, and also F2 D2 at the start instead of B2 U2. So you have a few variations here, like 4 different EUs, similar EUs but different EUs. Then I just did U and D to get the EU, which does not look good at all, because it was not that good. It was just the one I could find. So yeah, basically here playing around, I just did B prime L to get RCP. I think that's what people call it nowadays. And here this case is not terrible, but quite terrible for a 5 move EO plus 2 move setting up to the DR trigger. So yeah, I mean, having this case after 7 moves kind of sucks, but whatever. I was just trying to find any DR I could. So here what I did was F2 D2 to get this case, which again has the column and this pair. This one luckily had these 2 edges in place here, so I just needed to basically bring this cone here and set up the 1 move trigger and just do the R move. There were a few different ways to do this. Maybe at least 2 I can think of like immediately, maybe more. I'm not really sure. Probably not, just 2 were enough. But yeah, this was kind of funny. The art, because it was 13 moves, which is pretty long, but if you're able to tell, corners are already in HDR, just like a slice off. So this is like, and all edges are already in HDR. So it was HDR minus 8 corners, which is really, really funny. There are many ways of getting to HDR from here. All are pretty similar, but the main idea is you do a quarter move, like F for example, and now you just do something like this. So like the start of the checkerboard pattern. So like that, super funny, and basically get a face here and solve HDR like this. I don't know, it's super funny. It's kind of annoying to have an HDR like this, but yeah, I mean, a few other ideas were just basically doing like a move, then switching to inverse and hope that the case was better than the 5 moves that you needed to do on the regular scramble, but none of them kind of worked. I just ended up getting this HDR in 19 moves, which is bad, but not terrible. You can still get something decent of it, which was not the case, but yeah. And so what I did here, I'm just laughing because it's so bad, but yeah, I had solved 2x2 here, so I just paired up this pair with the red-blue edge like this, and then just solve the cube like that, which is so inefficient, so long, so whatever, so bad, and that gave a 27. Yeah, I mean, whatever. I just, at a certain point, I was like not finding anything of this scramble, so I just had this and wrote it down in my draft paper to just use it as backup solution, just in case I couldn't find anything in time, just to avoid DNF, which actually was really good because I could not find anything else in time, and had 23 DNF on my official paper, because it was like a 23 that missed like 4 moves to solve, so it was a DNF. So that was basically a 27 half, just like not complete. So I just handed in my draft paper, and luckily everything worked, and I have a 27 instead of a DNF. But yeah, not good at all. So the third scramble to make up for the terrible first 2 was insanely, stupidly easy. Had so many EOs to check. Every single EO was short, was good, had a lot of blocks of pairs, was really close to the R, had many oriented pieces. It was just insane. I'm pretty confident to say this was one of the best scrambles ever for most of us in the room, because yeah, it was just so good. So yeah, this was the scramble basically. As you can see, it already has like pairs, yeah, like so insane, and so many oriented pieces. So on this axis you have 1, 2, 3, 4 bad edges, right? So just 1, 2, 3, 4 bad edges. On this axis you only have 1, 2, just 2. And in this axis you had 1, 2, 3, 4. Super easy. This I don't remember. I think this is the inverse scramble actually, not the actual scramble. Let me just rapidly check. Yeah, I think this was the inverse. This was the actual scramble. This is what it looked like. So still the same number of good and bad edges, but yeah, just to show you that this is what it looked like. I spent a bunch of time looking at this side of the scramble instead of this one, and if you have some sort of experience in FMC, I guess you can see this looks a bit better than this. Don't ask me why. I just happen to, I don't know, have that sense of kind of telling which scramble looks a bit better than the other one. No idea if that actually makes sense or not, but yeah. I spent a bunch of time on this side and found a lot of starts of the R's and everything, but yeah, I was missing on something pretty interesting on the inverse scramble, which was the 2-move EO. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 bad edges can be just solved doing b2 u prime. EO is solved, and what the hell is this? A complete, like, an already DR face, and this face is like has so many oriented pieces too. So like, what? And yeah, there were many short DRs of this start. I found 3 8-move DRs, which were good corners, 1 9-move DR. I think there were many others, but I just stopped finding and searching until like I found one that I thought was good enough. Since I had not a lot of time left. Actually, when I found this, I had like less than 25 minutes left, which is not ideal. I would have liked to find this earlier on, but in the end I got a 20, which is okay. I mean, a really good result, so I don't care. But yeah, if you did the last move like this, I think this was not like that, but this was a pretty interesting start. I think this was pretty interesting too, and both of them have a really short DRs. But if I did it like this, you could do it like that and get this other really interesting start too. So yeah, you had 4 really short DRs of this and so many other short DRs, so good. But the one I ended up using was D2, set up the column here, the bar here, then L, D2, L prime to get 8 moves DR plus 3/4 turns. If you can see, you have these 2 corners with opposite colors, these 2 corners with opposite colors, and if I try to match this corner with this corner matching the opposite colors like that, I also get the other 2 pairs in a good configuration. So it was like 1, 2, 3, right? 3 moves, 3/4 moves. Okay, so yeah, excellent DR. So the first thing I tried was just basically doing B and get like this good HDR case, which is everything minus 4 corners, 2 edges. And I found, of course, some short ways of solving this from this scramble, like from this side of scramble. But when I checked the normal scramble, I got this. Just that, and you have HDR, or like that. It was HDR in 12 in 2 different ways already. So yeah, super crazy. I ended up doing this, and if you see, this is not a especially good HDR, but it has some interesting stuff. So what I ended up doing here, after just playing around, was L2 to kind of form this and separate this. So if you can see, this edge and these 2 pairs can form a 1x2x3 block. On this side, it's just 3 moves. So I kind of started doing it like this, picking this up, but then instead I just felt like doing this 2x2x2 block here rather. And I basically built one more square and found this direct finish, which breaks HDR, but kind of works. And that already gave me a 23. But as it's not ideal for this scramble for 8 move DR, I tried modifying it a bit since I had 2 slices that could be shortened, so potentially giving 20 as the best solution, which I got. Because yeah, if you basically do it a different way, so like shifting a part that goes like this to the end, you can cancel one more move, actually 2 moves, with the inverse scramble. Because if you remember, the last move I did on the inverse scramble was B. So when I write it down, it will be V prime. So if I finish this off with a V, when I write the final solution down, it will be V prime. So canceling 2 moves, which was what happened. So yeah, after adding slices and all, the solution looks like this. don't really try to understand it. It's just what I showed you before, but with slices in the middle, and it ends up with F prime V. And as soon as I found this, I was already celebrating because I knew it was gonna be short. I thought it was gonna be a 19 initially, but then when I wrote it down, I thought it was a 20, which was, I mean, really good anyway. It's my second best result officially, tied with another 20 I had. So that was really, really, really good. And yeah, that gave me a 24 flat mean with 20 single, which is great. So yeah, I mean, what can I say? I got this. The mean was pretty good for the scrambles, for the setting. 24 flat mean is good. It's a bit more than what I average, but it was a world championship. I was busy all days. I was like in the end, really glad to have been able to perform like this at this championship. A world championship podium is something I never thought I would get, and here it is. So yeah, with this, I'm basically almost done with FMC. Like I basically already finished the event. I mean, I'm only technically missing world record, but I don't think it's happening. So for what it's worth, I think this is it. And yeah, hope you got something interesting from the recos, or at least enjoy the video. So yeah, see you in the next one.
For the dream that I had last night melted into my pillow. I made peace with the time I had forgotten. All I gathered was turned into sand.
Acá recuperando la mística en el bosque de Kioto, en el bambú, mística.
Thank you.